Morning, everybody. So, those of you who don't own chickens, you ever thought about having chickens? Because they start in on their baloney like 5 o'clock in the morning, especially if you have a rooster. Let's see if we can't. There they go. See? From like 5 o'clock on, it's constant. Okay. So I'm gonna my truck is loaded up with all that stuff I put on it yesterday. I went to my brother's and got his air compressor. We're gonna try to move this little truck out of the yard here for him today. It's his truck, so we're gonna try to see if we can air in the tires, see if they'll hold it, what we need to do to get that done. So I'm gonna just take this little tractor, that little 135 Massey. I'm gonna run over to the farm. I'm gonna get that grain truck and bring it over here and pressure wash it. So okay, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run over and get that truck. It's like 45 degrees out this morning. That's exciting. I should have wore something other than a sweatshirt. I can smoke too, little tractor. My goal is to get this truck cleaned up today. Try to identify what tag bag. So I'll show you. Come on. Okay. She's alive. But see, the problem with this truck is I can't see. I also can't clean that off with you here with me. So, right back. Way better. I don't know if you remember the last time we drove this thing, I had to Ace Ventura it with my head out the window. So the fact that I can see out front, huge gain. Let's see if we can't get this thing over to my house and start getting it cleaned up. Okay, I can't drive, shift, and record, so we'll get back. When we get over there, we'll start cleaning this up and go from there. Vanessa asked me to clean off her truck since I had the pressure washer out. And remember, we have to run air or water through this pressure washer for like 19 minutes. Let's go see what the actual instructions say. Number 1. It says 30 seconds. And I've done 30 seconds. And I always just kind of thought it was a pump thing. But then, you know, I'm spraying it down. From the comments from this review of that pressure washer, they're like, you need to run it for a couple of minutes, make sure you get all the air out. So I'm going to do it longer than the 30 seconds because I trust you guys that that's true. And I did notice when I was walking, like there was still some air kind of shooting out of it. So don't know if there's a magic trick to doing that, but I think we've ran it long enough. Let's see what happens when we start it up. Now remember, what we're looking for is like no air cavitation in the pump. That's why we got to run it for so long. I'll be right back. That seemed to fix the problem. There's like no cavitation in it. Okay, Yukon's all done. Let's see if we can't get this big old beast up and cleaned up. I'm about to pressure wash my driveway after this. Okay, well, I got it cleaned up. Pressure washed down, although I think I made a mistake when backing it up, and I think it's going to be a huge problem, because I can't get it to go back into gear. So I got it there, and I guess we'll just deal with it accordingly. Not great, but it's clean. Off to a soccer game, and then we'll come back and work on, see if what I can do with that. If nothing, then see about getting that green truck out of the backyard, and then getting that other green truck cleaned up. I need to clean the windshield. If I can get this one going, we'll get the windshield cleaned up on it, hopefully. But off to a soccer game. All right, so got back from the soccer game. I messed on that truck for a little bit. I couldn't get it to go into gear, so I walked away because I yelled at it, and I thought, well, this isn't getting us anywhere. So I come over. Dad's been working on that truck. I'm getting ready to get this wagon out with this Massey 165. So we're going to pull this out. We're going to try to get all that moldy grain up out of that barn, or that grain bin, so that we can work on that spot that's kind of rusted, because that's going to be a problem. We got to deal with that, or we have to deal with that, or it'll instantly get that next batch of corn in there to go bad, and we're going to have a lot of it. So I'm gonna grab this tractor, pull this wagon out. I have to move that truck. Yeah, we should be okay, and then start getting that grain, that nasty grain up out of that old grain bin. That's been my day. Okay, so that didn't work. That tractor did not start. I don't know what it just did. So you can see the day continues. We got this on a charge. The batteries were dead up in there. This little dude's making a boatload of noise. So here's what we've gotten done. We've unloaded that bad corn. So let me climb up here and show you what that looks like. Okay, so here is that. So that's not any good. I mean, there's some good kernels in there, but there's a whole lot of that in there. And I'll show you where that came from. Hey, look, out of breath again. Not really. I sounded like it though, huh? So we cleaned out this bin. Remember, I talked about moving corn from this bin over to that big bin. We're gonna get dark for a second. Okay, so what happened was, see this spot? Not great. So that's like a third of that ring where that corn sat and it was wet. And it has it got moldy because, well, what happens is the dryers are like here and they blow across, and then there's another one that sits like here and it blows towards like that door, and so they blow away from, actually you can see kind of where they blow. It's on this good ring. It's interesting, I can see in the camera, I can't see it as well with my bare eye, this line here. From where, that's where like the corn pyramid's down. So what we're gonna have to do, is on this, I think we're gonna take a wire brush, go over it, and then paint it. Especially this rough, rusty spot. So we got that all out, which was good. We got that into that wagon. Just worked on the belt of the mower because I threw the belt on the mower mowing the other day. So I'm gonna mow here. Around that other auger for that little bin, that one there. There's like a permanent auger basically in place, but I had to get this, we had to work on that, get that spring adjusted. So we've got this all set up. So I'm gonna mow for a minute. Lucas took his combine up to his farm to run harvest corn. Dad went with him, and then one of the grain trucks, that other grain truck's still not going into gear, so that's something to work on. We're getting things kind of knocked out here. Big step. The next big thing is going to be getting that bean auger ready to put beans in that bin, for one. Two, get this that area hit with the angle grinder, start getting it brushed down so that we can get it painted, because that's going to be a big deal. It lost me. Come back. Okay, there I am. Because that's going to be a big deal to get that cleaned up. Yeah. So let's hop on this tractor, go mow around that other auger, and then we'll jump on to another project. Purrs like a kitten. Well, let's get the backhoe over here. So we want to lift this up, get that stuff dug out. He actually wants to move this back like a foot. I should probably wait, but I am impatient, and I'm on a roll. Like, I wasn't getting anything done. Now I'm getting some stuff done. So strike while the iron's hot, and or do something while you're able to get things done, because if not, it'll break again. Oh, hey, so it's a John Deere 310. It was made between 71 and 75. And then the 310A came out, and then like all the other variations. But I think this must be like an early model, because every 310, so if you look up 310, it shows you all models. You don't get just that first model like images. I guess I could probably look at the serial number. I have no idea where the serial number is at. There's probably not even a serial number, but we could probably figure this out. But anyways, most of them have a square fender, and this one has like the tractor like round flare fender. I don't know if that's unique. I mean, it doesn't make it worth anything more. But interesting, I didn't realize this, but this thing weighs like 12,500 pounds. So almost 13, probably close to 13. It's got the big bucket, so that's going to weigh more. It's going to put me on it at 220 pounds, and it's going to have some fuel. So we're pushing 13,000 pounds, which I didn't think it weighed that much. That's a lot more than what I thought it would weigh. And why that's significant, that trailer that we use to haul the greenhouse and the car, which is a car hauler, it only has like 10,000 pound, or it's 5,000 pound axle, so it's only rated 10,000 pounds, which means it's not even weighted enough to put this backhoe on, which is why I had problems when I tried to put this backhoe on it. Sorry, no image. Okay, no color. So 13,000 pounds is pretty heavy, and so I'm learning more about this farm as I do these videos so that I can speak like properly to it. But boy, I should have probably known some of this stuff already. Oh, that tractor, the case, so I looked it up. That part, I can get it. It's kind of, there's like a couple of different universal parts, but this tractor here, which I don't know, I should just ask Dad, because he was like, oh yeah, that's a 76, which they only made those tractors from like 1976 to 1978, which I'm actually surprised that it was such a short, because that's a pretty, I don't know, I think it's a fairly common tractor. There's a few of them around here, but it's big horsepower for what it is. And anyways, I looked the serial number up the other day after actually it was late last night, and that is like, that's towards the end of the, I don't know how they label that. So it's like, it was built in 76, but the serial number put it late 76. So that was one of the last one of those models in 76 before the 77 started to come out. Okay, I'm gonna get this backhoe going, get over and try to get some chains hooked up to that auger and get that moved before the sun starts to catch up with us for today. Battery's about dead, so I'm gonna hook this chain up, probably go probably go put my camera on my truck charger so it'll charge up a little bit since the battery's dying. But fun little ride on the backhoe. Thing about tractors is like they will go quick, but sometimes there's no reason to get in a hurry, because they just don't like to. We've got welded hooks onto this bucket right here. That chain hooks on there. That gives us like a pull point to work on. Okay, I'm gonna go charge the battery. And here we are again at dusk. I don't ever remember those two. Dawn, dusk. All I can think is the movie Dusk Till Dawn, and dusk is at the nighttime. Okay, so that was today. What did we accomplish? I feel like nothing. Pressure washed the truck, even though now it's not moving. We got all the grain out of that bin. That was a big deal. So I got to find my angle grinder. I got a wire brush for the angle grinder. We're going to start working on that. Tomorrow we're going to take the duals off one side of the tractors. So there's two tractors, the case, and then that 7060 Alice Chalmer. And the reason why is because, so when you pull up, so this boot right here, that boot, it's called a boot. It's what we dump the grain into as it goes into the bins. You have to kind of keep the tractor like to the left, because the spout of the wagon's on the left, and that dual doesn't allow you to get close enough. So if we take that left dual off, we can get the tractor over further, and then we can get the wagon over further, and then it's easier spot. So but hopefully tomorrow I can get both the left duals off. That'll help, but off the case, which is in this big barn, and then the Alice is in that barn. Lucas ran his combine a little bit and had some problems. They're still working out, so we helped with that a little bit while this was charging. I gotta go get the generator and that stuff put up. I forgot I had left it out. So today was very frustrating, just because we didn't get a whole lot done. I didn't get as much stuff done. I didn't get things successfully done. I just ran into problem. Like the battery on that little tractor shot. That big truck not wanting to go into gear shot. Just little things like that. And I feel like I'm complaining a lot right now on this channel. Just sharing just some of the joys and things we have to deal with, to farm, to grow grain, to harvest grain. We have these things we have to deal with, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? So that's today. That's a Saturday here, getting ready for harvest. We're a lot closer, like step by step, getting there. I want to thank everybody for watching. This video was probably a little jumpy, but thanks for staying with me today. Remember to smash that subscribe and like button. Let me know that you like what you're doing. Have any questions, comment down below. And thanks guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. Thanks.